Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Sunday, the 17th of March 2024. Today was match day, live on Sky Sports, and we played Leeds away and we lost 2-0. No shame in that. A lot better than the home game we had against them where they absolutely slaughtered us. It was 3-0. We made it hard for them. We made it hard for ourselves. But it wasn't. We didn't get rolled over. It was hard work for them. We did get lucky at times. The ref, though, it's weird. This season, apparently, they're supposed to let a lot of stuff go. And this ref, I don't think he got the memo. Because in other games, we've had Jake Cooper basically having his shirt pulled off his back. And we've got away with a few things as well. And they don't blow up. But this guy, I think he fancies himself. Maybe he watches too much Premier League. The referee today, he was blowing up for everything, giving cards left, right, and centre, and basically taking it back to a non-contact sport. But and we did get lucky as well with Leeds hitting the post a couple of times, so there was that as well. And you could say they may have been given, they could have been given a penalty, and Jake Cooper could have got sent off. So it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot good, and that would have been bad in terms of. Well, I think he's on 9 yellow cards now. I don't know when the cutoff is for the 10. I don't know if it's already passed, but obviously with a thin squad that we've got, we're not that bad because we do have some injured players coming back. It's really bad up front. We've only got one centre forward. But Hutch is back now. Hardings is there as well. Murray Wallace. So having Cooper having to miss a game or two because he got a red card would have been annoying, but it wouldn't have been as bad as it could have been. But yeah, So let's have a look at this. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. It's the official match report. Lions beaten at Ellen Road. Millwall beaten 2-0 at Leeds United in the Sky Bet Championship on Sunday afternoon. Wilfred Noto and Dan James scored in either half to condemn Neil Harris to first loss as manager. Harris made one change to his starting 11 at Ellen Road with Brook Norton-Cuffy replacing Duncan Watmore, who dropped to the bench. Both sides traded attacks in the opening minutes of the game. The first half chance going away of the hosts as Patrick Bamford scooped an effort onto the roof of Matija Sarkic's net. Jorginho Rutter then had 2 attempts on goal blocked, whilst Mill's first shot of the afternoon came from the boot of Zion Fleming on 17 minutes, but it was comfortable for Ilian Meslier. The Lions then had to defend well as Leeds flooded into the penalty area shortly before the half-hour mark, with Jay Cooper then heading over from a Jules Saville free kick as the half wore on. Indecision in Mill's backline then allowed Bamford a run on goal with 32 minutes on the clock. Wilfred Noto received the ball on the edge of the penalty area and fed Ruta, who fired well over, but seconds later, the Whites were in front as Noto was allowed the time and space to pick his moment from 20 yards out to strike past the helpless Sarkic. Yeah, and you can't help but get the feeling that mistake, I think it was Brook Norton-Cuffy, that nearly opened us up and we nearly was the first goal. That kind of set everyone on edge. So then, literally 3 minutes later, when they're trying to defend and position themselves for this Noto goal, kind of probably wasn't helpful to have that happen. The stopper then had to flap the ball away from his goal line as Leeds up the ante following the opener. Saki had to dive to tip Somerville's effort behind with the half-time on the horizon. Somerville's free kick 5 minutes into the second half was tame and easily gathered by Sarkic before Harris moved to make a quadruple substitution on the hour mark as Danny McNamara, Casper Denor, Ryan Longman and Watmore replaced Ryan Leonard, Billy Mitchell, Norton Covey and Honeyman. Yeah, that was interesting. That was, I think, an indication that we were trying to go for it. And we played a lot better after that. We did play a lot better. So I think the game plan was just to contain them, to keep the score down, probably hopefully not concede and to keep a clean sheet. Maybe this was pre-planned, and then have a go at the end of the game. And then obviously by the time we get there, there's 20 minutes left. Hopefully you think if it's 0-0 with 20 minutes to left and we start going for it, we might get caught on the break, but you don't think there's going to be a chance that they'll run up the score. Obviously, it was already 1-0, and we just went for it anyway, and we did play a lot better after that. One of that quartet, Longman, fits an effort wide of their far post minutes later, with the Lions indebted to Sarkic on 66 minutes as a goalkeeper pulled off a double save to stop a second goal being scored, the second effort being tipped onto the post before bouncing clear. Millwall had a chance of their own on 68 minutes as Joe Rondon had to block Saville's effort from a corner kick on the line before Cooper's acrobatic follow-up went just wide, with a clever free kick from Saville then finding Michael Obafemi, who forced a reaction save from Meslier. Obafemi twisted and turned inside the penalty area as the Lions began to take control of the game with the last 15 minutes underway, but the hosts almost completed a strike against a run of play moments later as Bamford looked to turn the ball home. He was, however, denied by an expert block from Japhet Tanganga. With 11 minutes to play, the game was done and dusted as Leeds scored a somewhat fortunate second as James forced an effort over the line despite two deflections from flailing Lions' legs. Obafemi looked to force his way through before Fleming struck at Meslier in the final 5 minutes of the encounter, before goal scorer James struck the post with a strike in 6 minutes of injury time in the final action of the afternoon. And the team was as follows: Sarkic, Leonard, Tanganga, Cooper, Bryan, Honeyman, Mitchell, Saville, Norton, Cuffy, Obafemi, Fleming. And the subs were all at the same time. McNamara on for Leonard, Watmore on for Honeyman, Denor on for Mitchell, and Longman on for Norton Cuffy. All on the 62 minutes. The unused subs were Biakowski, Wallace, Hutchinson, Meyer, and Essay. And 896 Millwall fans up there, and the referee was Stephen Martin. So there you go. Never trust a man with two first names as his name. There you go. That's I heard that somewhere. I don't know where. I have heard that before. So let's move on to the post-match comments. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. Millwall boss Neil Harris positive despite 2-0 loss at promotion chasing Leeds United. Millwall head coach Neil Harris described Leeds United's opening goal in a 2-0 win today as poor, but added he could not fault the effort levels of his squad. The Lions boss tasted defeat for the first time since he succeeded Joe Edwards last month. Willie Notto fired the hosts, who went top of the table as they maintained their unbeaten league record at Ellen Road this season, in front after 33 minutes. Substitute Dan James wrapped up the outcome 11 minutes from time from Georgina Rutta's low cutback. Yeah, that Dan James coming off the bench for them. They paid 25 million for that lad. 25 million they paid transfer fee to get him to their team, and he's on their bench. This is what we're up against. I doubt if our whole squad would the players who are contracted us, not the ones on loan, would fetch 25 million, all of them together. To be fair. Matija Sarkic also made a couple of vital stops for Millwall, who had more of the ball in the second period without carving out major chances. Harris told Sky Sports, we limited Leeds to not a lot and we frustrated the crowd. The game settled a little bit and we gave a poor goal away. The lead up to it, 2 or 3 times we can do so much better. Decision making on the halfway line was really poor. Ultimately, the first goal comes because we don't want the first ball, the second ball or the third ball. And that's not what the Millwall team does, and that was disappointing. The second half, we got a foothold, and there was a 10-15 minute spell where we were a better team. We looked like we were building some momentum, and we were getting towards the last knockings of the game, where we can maybe put together on another attacking player, and then we concede, and that's the frustration. The application of the players was excellent. 10 points from 5 games is a great return. I'm not bemoaning the group in there. I just said we have to keep improving. Millwall had seen results go for them on Saturday afternoon, with none of the clubs below able to record a victory. Leeds deserved to win the game, said Harris in his press conference to the written media. They were the better team over the course of the 90 minutes. We had spells in the game where I was really pleased. We conceded a goal at a poor time. We were on top in both halves when we conceded, and that's not a Millwall trait to have. They were from restarts. The first one is from our goal kick and the ball ends up in our net. We can talk about how good the goal is, but we have to do better in the build-up. The 4 subs came on and made a real impact. It's brave to make 4 subs in one go. I felt we had to try and adjust our mentality and be on the front foot. That did work. That was a good idea to do that. The lads were excellent when they came on. We had a 10-12 minute spell where we were on top and we made a few chances. I thought we controlled proceedings. Quiet leans down. And that's the disappointment with the second goal. If we can just hang on in there for another 5 minutes, carry on that momentum, then you really make the place nervy. To give the second goal away, it just settles everyone down. Indeed. Indeed. Now moving on to this, also from South London Press, London News Online. Mill boss Neil Harris, I don't want him and my players feeling down after Leeds' loss. Neil Harris has told his Mill players to feel no despondency after the 2-0 defeat to Leeds United today. It was the first reserve for the Lions since Harris was appointed manager in February. 10 points from a possible 12 before the trip to Ellen Road and eased relegation concerns. And Mill are 16th in the table and 4 points clear of the bottom 3. We have to deal with adversity, said Harris. We dealt with it at Southampton. They equalised against us at St Mary's and we bounced back to score a minute later. Blackburn came back and took a point of us at their place and we bounced back to beat Birmingham. And we have to deal with a defeat today and bounce back at the international break. I don't want the lads to go away on international duty, or the ones who will be off for a couple of days now, to come back with a negative. What they've done is fantastic. What we've achieved as an identity of a football club over the last 3 weeks was excellent. We've got 10 points from 5 games, and we played Leeds, who will win the league. We've played at Southampton. We're a very good side. We played against Watford, who were great individually. We played at Blackburn, which was a tough nail-biter. And we've had a really tough run of fixtures, and we picked up 10 points. And we've got momentum still. Yeah, like I said, not bad defeat today against a team that are clearly, I think, going to get promoted. So we'll see. Now moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk. It might be the same. I haven't checked it yet. I haven't read it. So we'll see if the quotes are the same or there might be a little bit more. Okay, it's similar but different. Speaking after the match, he said, I thought Leeds deserved to win the game. There's no debating that for me. I thought some elements of the performance were very good. I thought the application and character of the players was excellent. Everything you would expect from a Mill team at Ellen Road in the form we're in. I thought the subs made a great impact when they came on. I thought we grew to the game as the second half. My only disappointment, really, apart from losing the game, is the timing of the goals. I thought both halves we conceded at moments where we were on top in the game. Not ruthlessly chasing goals, but we quietened the crowd down. We rode a little bit of a storm between 10 and 20 minutes. I thought there was a 12-minute period from 20 to 32 where we were controlling proceedings to where Leeds had the ball. And people ask me all the time, what does a Millwall team look like? How do you make a Millwall team? Millwall teams don't concede from their own goal kicks. People talk about playing out from the back and giving the ball away cheaply. It's the same outcome. We've gone slightly longer on the restart, but we let a goal in, albeit it's a good strike. People will look at the goal and say, what a brilliant strike, but we didn't win the first ball, the second ball, the third ball. And that's not what Millwall teams do. We don't do that. And the second goal, I just thought the stadium was getting a bit nervy. We were the better team for 10 minutes. And then we give another really poor goal away from another restart. And that's my only disappointment today. But what I will say is we've got 10 points in the 5 games. We've been to Leeds, to Southampton. We played Watford and been to Blackburn. And the lads have done really well. Yes, and what that does to the table, it just leaves it as it was yesterday, although the only change is we've got a -2 added to our goal difference. It's now -14, which means we are still the best of the rest. There's a 3-point gap to Swansea above us, and there is a 4-point gap to the relegation places. But you can see by looking at this, if you look, Blackburn haven't won in 6 games. Birmingham haven't won in 6 games. Blackburn have got really bad running. So I think, to be honest, I think maybe 2 more wins should do it. I think so. Because the teams below us would need to catch up 4 points and then go beyond, and there's only 8 games left. So that's, like I said before, we only have to match their results. So whatever whatever result Huddersfield get, we have to match. Now the only thing is, coming up on Friday, we go first. We've got another really tough game, but because we've got a 4-point gap, that's a little cushion for us. So we could theoretically, obviously, this weekend, all of the teams below us lost. If a few of them win, it could drop us down into the doo-doo if we don't get a decent result against West Bromwich Albion. And we go first because our game's kicking off at 1 o'clock. I don't know if you knew that. For Good Friday. It's in a couple of weeks' time. 29th. So the teams below us would know, but it's not going to be easy. You've got Stoker away at Hull, Huddersfield are at home to Coventry, who are in the FA Cup semi-finals. You've got now this is a problem. QPR, Birmingham, they both can't lose. Ideally, we would want to draw there. Again, Sheffield Wednesday versus Swansea. Ideally, we probably want to draw there as well, so we could catch up to Swansea. But if Swansea beats Sheffield Wednesday, that's happy days for us. It probably it means there's only one relegation place realistically then. What else have we got? We've got Norwich versus Plymouth. Norwich have been banging goals in, beating teams like a drum. So Norwich beating Plymouth would be nice. And Blackburn versus Ipswich, that's not going to be easy. And Leeds versus Watford. So there you go. This is coming up in a few weeks' time, but we're now on international break, so let's all chill out for a bit and not worry about what's going on, and come back in a couple of weeks and get on it then. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.